Dear courtiers, His Highness the Archduke of Battenberg is throwing a feast at the palace dining hall to celebrate the selection of the new court painter. All are cordially invited to attend the feast. Assemble at the dining hall today evening at 7 p.m. and enjoy the feast. Wish you all a good day. An invitation from the court of Archduke of Battenberg. Dear children, the Archduke is throwing a feast today evening. And on whose behalf? Yes, Till, the new court painter. Are you ready to attend the feast? So, my dear children, welcome back to the story of Till, the Flemish painter. Archduke has kept his promise. നിങ്ങൾ അറിഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ഒരു ഗംഭീര സദ്യയാണ് കൊടുക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് കാണണ്ടേ? പക്ഷേ അതിനു മുമ്പ് എന്തോ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. എന്താ ഇത്? Yes, it's time to discuss the assignments. And after discussing the assignments, we shall move to the palace of the Archduke and find out how well the feast was thrown. Dear children, in the last class, I gave you 3 assignments. Hope you have written it and sent it to your teacher. What was the first assignment? Yes, you were asked to match the formal language that Till used with the less formal language that we should use if we were Till. And did you do it? Very good. And here is the answer. Now, the second assignment. What was it? Yes, write the conversation between Till and the Archduke using the informal language we discussed. Dear children, here is a role play of the dialogue.
Hey, what's your name?
Till, Your Highness.
So, Till, you are a Flemish painter, aren't you?
Yes, my lord.
Why did you come here?
Please pardon me for thinking that one of my paintings will please you. I have brought a picture of Our Lady the Virgin in her royal robes. I have painted it specially for you.
Oh, then show it to me.
Here it is, my lord. I hope that this picture will please you.
Wow, what a splendid picture.
You must forgive me, Your Highness. If you like this picture, will you make me your coat painter?
I shall be delighted to make you my court painter. Well, my dear fellow, you are a very tactful and talkative person, aren't you?
It's very kind of you, my lord. Sir, please remember me and my donkey. My donkey Jeff had enough food as he grazed on the thorns in the hedges and the grass on the roadside all along the way. But I'm starving. I have had nothing to eat for the past 3 days. I wish you would give me a royal feast. I have been dreaming of dining with you.
Well, my dear fellow, you can dine with me at the royal table. But where is your donkey?
I left him outside opposite the palace. He just needs a little fodder and lodging at night.
Don't worry, my dear fellow. I will take care of you both.
Thank you so much, sir. You're very generous.
My pleasure, my dear fellow.
And now the third one. What was the third one? Pick out the words ends with the suffixes s, ed and ly from paragraph 3. Hope you have done that too. And here is the answer to that question. Here we are, dear children, in the palace, in the dining hall of the palace of the Archduke of Battenberg. Look, all the courtiers have assembled for the supper. To get into more details of the supper, dear children, let's read paragraphs 5, 6 and 7. Hope you remember how to read. Underline the difficult words or expressions that come across and refer the glossary or dictionary to get the meaning.
Before long, supper was served and it was like a wedding feast. The tables were loaded with every kind of food and drink. Wine flowed like water. The courtiers stuffed themselves with the choicest dishes. The Archduke made Till eat and drink until his stomach was about to burst. The Archduke too ate heartily. His face was flushed with drink, but he seemed lost in thought. He suddenly looked up and said loudly, "A court painter must paint our portrait so that we will have the satisfaction of leaving our memory to our descendants. We too have to take our place in history along with our noble ancestors whose portraits adorn these walls. It's sad to think of death. We do not know when God will think fit to summon us. But a portrait should be painted." Till quickly replied, "Your lordship's slightest wish is to me command. All the same, I do feel rather unhappy about painting your lordship all by yourself. It's not terrible to think of your lordship being lonely for ever and ever? Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen, that His Highness should be accompanied at least by Her Highness, her ladies, the noble generals and captains who adorn this court? A court like this has few rivals in splendor, loveliness and chivalry. In the midst of such valor and beauty, I will make my lord and lady shine forth like moon surrounded by lanterns." The Archduke thought that it was a good idea. "Well, my friend, your painting will be a great piece of art. What reward do you expect for it?" 100 pieces of gold. You can pay me now or later, just as you please." "Here are the 100 pieces of gold in advance," said the Archduke, giving him the gold. "My lord, you are the most generous of masters. You have filled my lamp with oil. It will forever burn in your honor."
Finished reading? Very good. പക്ഷേ ഈ പാഠഭാഗത്ത് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത ഈ സെക്ഷനിൽ കുറച്ചേറെ ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് വേർഡ്സ് ഉണ്ടല്ലേ? ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ? സോ ഡോണ്ട് വറി, ലെറ്റ്സ് ഡിസ്കസ് ദം വൺ ബൈ വൺ. Which are the words you find difficult to understand in this paragraph? Okay, listen. Here is a list of difficult words from a student. Let's pay attention.
Teacher, when I went through the story, I found a few words very difficult to understand. The words are flush, satisfaction, ancestors, descendants, summon, accompany, adorn, rival, splendor, chivalry, valor, and lantern. Thank you.
So she has pointed out certain words, and these are the words she pointed out: flush, satisfaction, ancestors, descendants, summon, accompany, adorn, rival, splendor, chivalry, valor, lanterns. So many words. Is that the ones you have found out? Okay, let's discuss them one by one. And which is the first one? Flush. So what do you mean by flush? Okay, children, usually girls flush when they hear a compliment about their beauty. Their face becomes reddened. So what is the meaning of the word flush? Yes, to become red, and especially because you are shy, angry or embarrassed. അതായത് ചുവന്നു തുടുക്കുക. And here in the story, the Archduke's face flushed because of the excessive drinking. What's the next word? Satisfaction. Okay. Dear, I'm a teacher and I love teaching. My job gives me satisfaction. Got it? So, what's the meaning of the word satisfaction? Yes, satisfaction means the good feeling that you have when you have achieved something or when something that you wanted to happen does happen. Samtripti. What's the next word? Ancestor. So, ancestor means a person in your family who lived a long time ago. നമ്മുടെ മുൻപ് ജീവിച്ചിരുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ മുൻഗാമികൾ. And the next is just the opposite, descendant. And descendant is a person's children or grandchildren and their relatives who lived after them. That means പിൻഗാമികൾ. അപ്പോൾ ancestor മുൻഗാമികളും descendant പിൻഗാമിയുമാണ്. Got it now? Good. So, let's look at the next word. So, what's the next word? Summon. Okay, children, look at the sentence. The judge summoned the accused person to the court. It's just like an order. It's an order to come somewhere. So, what's the meaning of summon? Yes, the order someone to come or to be present at a particular place. നമ്മൾ ഹാജരാകാൻ കൽപ്പിക്കുക അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിളിപ്പിക്കുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. Move to the next word. Accompany. Accompany. Children, take a look at this picture. You know it. It's familiar to you. Yes, the fabulous painting, The Last Supper
by Leonardo da Vinci.
Here, in this picture, Jesus Christ is accompanied by his 14 disciples. So, what is the meaning of the word accompany? Yes, to happen or appear with someone or something else. അനുഗമിക്കുക, കൂടെ പോകുക, ഒന്നിച്ചുണ്ടാവുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. ഇവിടെ ഒന്നിച്ചുണ്ടാകുക, ഒരാളോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ടാകുക എന്നാണ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. So, now the next word, adorn. Children, haven't you noticed girls use different kinds of decoratives like garlands, flowers, different hair accessories, etc. to adorn their hair, to beautify their hair. Got the meaning of adorn now? Yes, to make something or somebody look more attractive by decorating it with something. അതായത് അലങ്കരിക്കുക, മോടി പിടിപ്പിക്കുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. The next word, rival. In fact, it's quite familiar to you. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാവുന്നൊരു വാക്കാണത്. Yes, I have 2 children, one girl and a boy. They always fight with each other especially for watching TV, taking mobile and etc. and etc. In fact, all the time they will be seen fighting with each other. Even though they are siblings, they fight like rivals. Rival means a competitor, whether it's a person, team or company with the same goal as another or striving to attain the same thing. Got it now? Yes. Now the next word, splendour. Children, can you tell me why did the Archduke appoint Till as the court painter? Yes, because he liked the picture very much. It is the beauty and the splendor of the painting that attracted the Archduke. So, what may be the meaning of the word splendor? Yes, grand and impressive beauty. കാന്തി എന്നും തേജസ് എന്നുമൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയാം. ഗാംഭീര്യം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ, അതാ. So, the next word, chivalry. So, children, have you heard of the gallantry awards like Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra? And why do these awards are given to soldiers? Yes, for their chivalry, their valor in the battlefield. അതായത് യുദ്ധമുഖത്ത് നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യത്തെ സംരക്ഷിക്കാനായി അവർ കാണിക്കുന്ന ആ പരാക്രമം, ധീരോദത്ത, വീരത്വം, ഇതിനൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഈ ഗാലൻട്രി അവാർഡ്സ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഷിവൽറി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പരാക്രമം, ധീരോദാത്തത എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. ആൻഡ് വാലർ മീൻസ് ഗ്രേറ്റ് കറേജ്, എസ്പെഷ്യലി ഇൻ വാർ. The next is lantern. So lantern means a lamp in a clear case, often in metal case with glass lights and often with handle so that we can carry it outside. And I think now you got the meaning of all the difficult words, don't you? Okay. So dear children, accepting the invitation from the Archduke, all the courtiers assembled at the royal dining hall for the feast. Before long, supper was served. And how was it like? Yes, it was like a wedding feast. The tables were loaded with every kind of food and drink. Wine flowed like water. The courtiers stuffed themselves with the choicest dishes. And wine, it just flowed like water. Now look at the expression used here. The courtiers stuffed themselves with the choicest dishes. What does it mean? ഇഷ്ടം പോലെ ആഹാരമാണ്. എത്രത്തോളം കഴിക്കാമോ അത്രത്തോളം ഓരോ ആൾക്കാരും കഴിച്ചു. വയറ് നിറയെ കഴിച്ചു. So, how about the Archduke and Till? The Archduke made Till eat and drink until his stomach was about to burst. The Archduke too ate heartily. His face was flushed with drink. അമിതമായി വൈൻ കുടിച്ചതുകൊണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുഖവും കണ്ണുമൊക്കെ ചുമന്ന് തുടുത്തു. But he seemed lost in thought. Then what happened? Then he suddenly looked up and said loudly, "A court painter must paint a portrait so that we will have the satisfaction of leaving a memory to our descendants. We too have to take our place in history along with our noble ancestors whose portraits adorn these walls." It is sad to think of death. We do not know when God will think fit to summon us. But a portrait should be painted. What was the demand of the Archduke? Yes, the Archduke wanted Till to paint his portrait so that he could leave his memory to his descendants. Just like his ancestors whose portrait adorned the walls of the palace, he too would take his place in the history with his portrait. അതായത് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുൻഗാമികളെ പോലെ ചുറ്റും നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവരുടെ ചിത്രങ്ങൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ചുവരിൽ തൂക്കിയിട്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അവരെ പോലെ നമ്മുടെ ആർച്ച് ഡ്യൂക്കിനും തൻ്റെ ചിത്രം, തൻ്റെ സ്ഥാനം നിലനിർത്തണം. ഭാവിയിൽ ജനറേഷൻസ് കഴിഞ്ഞാലും ഇനി വരുന്ന തലമുറയിലുമൊക്കെ അദ്ദേഹത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ഓർമ്മിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു മനോഹര ചിത്രം ഇവിടെ വേണം. വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷവും ആ പിൻതലമുറക്കാർ അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ കുറിച്ച് വാഴ്ത്തിപ്പാടും ഈ ചിത്രം കണ്ട്. ഇതായിരുന്നു അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഉദ്ദേശം. Children, what is a sentence we do not know when God will think to fit to summon us mean? Yes, it means we don't know when we will die. True words, isn't it? ജ്ഞാനപ്പാനയിൽ പൂന്താനം പറയുന്നത് പോലെ കണ്ടിങ്ങിരിക്കും ജരത്തിനെ കണ്ടില്ലെന്ന് വരുത്തുന്നതും ഭവാൻ. യെസ്, ഡെത്ത് ഈസ് ക്വൈറ്റ് അൺപ്രെഡിക്റ്റബിൾ. So, the Archduke wanted Till to paint his portrait. Did Till accept this demand readily? No, rather he felt unhappy. Why did Till feel unhappy? Till felt unhappy because the Archduke asked him to make his portrait without the courtiers in it. It's not fair. The Archduke would remain lonely forever in that picture. Now he uses his witty tricks again. Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen, that His Highness should be accompanied at least by Her Highness, her ladies, the noble generals and the captains who adorn this court? A court like this has few rivals in splendor, loveliness and chivalry. In the midst of such valor and beauty, I will make my lord and lady shine forth like moon surrounded by lanterns. What he meant is, His Highness should not seem lonely in the portrait forever. Instead, he should be accompanied by all the courtiers who adorn that court. അതായത് ആർച്ച് ഡ്യൂക്കിൻ്റെ ചിത്രം ഒറ്റയ്ക്കല്ല വരയ്ക്കേണ്ടത്, പിന്നെയോ ഈ കോർട്ടിൽ സന്നിധരായിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ എല്ലാ മഹത് വ്യക്തികളെയും ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തി വേണം വരയ്ക്കാൻ. എന്താ കാരണം? സാധാരണ വ്യക്തിത്വങ്ങളാണോ ഇവർ? അല്ല, എന്തുകൊണ്ടും ഒന്നിനൊന്ന് മികച്ച ആൾക്കാരാണ്. മറ്റെവിടെയും ഇത്രയും മികച്ച കോർട്ടിയേഴ്സിനെ കാണാനാകില്ല. Here you can see a comparison. Who are compared to the moon and the lanterns? The lord and the lady are compared to the moon and the courtiers are compared to the lanterns. Children, do you think the Archduke would like this idea? Of course, the Archduke thought it was a good idea. He knew that the painting would be a great piece of art. He had seen the skills of Till as an artist, and the Archduke asked Till what reward did he expect for that. 100 pieces of gold. That's what he asked for. And look at his daring attitude, his gut, and look how tactic he is. That's what Till is. And did the Archduke give him the gold then itself? Yes, the Archduke gave him 100 pieces of gold then and there itself, and in advance. Till was very happy, and he said he would always be grateful and loyal to His Majesty. Quoting his words, "You have filled my lamp with oil. It will forever burn in your honor. അങ്ങ് എൻ്റെ ദീപത്തിൽ എണ്ണ ഒഴിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇനി എൻ്റെ ജീവിതകാലം മുഴുവൻ ഈ ദീപം അങ്ങയ്ക്കായി കത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. എങ്ങനുണ്ട്? Very interesting. So dear children, Till is extremely happy with the way Archduke treated him. Imagine that he writes a letter to his friend describing his warm welcome and unexpected good luck at the palace of the Archduke of Battenberg. How would be that letter? Write the likely letter. Children, tell me, what type of a letter is this? Formal or informal? Yes, an informal letter. And you know that letter to friends, parents, relative, etc. comes under informal letter. And can you tell me the features we should include in an informal letter? We should begin the letter with the sender's address. The palace of the Archduke, Battenberg. Below the address, we can write the date, 7 July 2021. Then comes the salutation or greeting. As it's an informal letter, we can begin with the word dear. Here, Till writes to his friend. So, we can use a salutation, dear friend. Now comes the body of the letter. We can start the letter in an informal manner. The second paragraph comprises of the purpose of writing the letter. Here, why is Till writing this letter? Yes, to share his happy experience at the palace. Children, you should write it elaborately in the second paragraph. After that, we can conclude the letter. Then comes the leave taking or sign off. Now, put the signature and the name of the sender. Hope you learned and enjoy what we discussed today. See you in the next class. Bye.